World Financial Group offers entrepreneurs from all backgrounds the opportunity to start their own business on a level playing field. Dr. Yana Woodhouse, receiving the WCM Wall Street Pioneer Award by the United Black Wall Street of America, Inc., is one of those entrepreneurs.
I see WFG and TFA as a place where African Americans with an entrepreneurial mindset can flourish. And the bonus, we help families and serve the communities across the country.
To learn more about us, go to worldfinancialgroup.com.
We are the sons and daughters of the soul. We are resilient and forever forward-thinking. We ask for nothing else than the opportunity to live and to create the lives that we were meant to live. We want nothing but an equal chance at options and possibilities. The same possibilities and options to live out our potential as our fellow man. We want to be heard, understood, and expressive in our reality. We are the future. We are the creative. We are here.
This is Kia Rogers, and you're listening to Urbanology with my dad, Tony Rogers, on WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Tony Rogers, your host for Urbanology. And as you can see, this is a new season, and we're in a new location. So I hope all is well. I hope everyone enjoyed your summer. And one of the blessings that I have is that my first show of the new season, I have a person who gives me pleasure to introduce to those who don't know her. And I'm sure that those who do, which are many, would be happy to see her because she's a New York young lady who has doing some really interesting work down south. But every so often she comes up and we'll talk about, she has a couple of shows that she's doing. But Phyllis has been a person who's been in this business for a few years. You wouldn't know it if you see her, but she's been around for a minute in news, in the TV and movies, and of course there's stand-up comedy, which is excellent, and that is one of the reasons why she's back in New York. She has a few gigs, one coming up this Saturday at the Comedy in Harlem Club, which many of you viewers have seen Nikki and Jeremy on our show. They are moved now at 147th Street, St. Nicholas Avenue, and having a number of different things that we'll talk about as they start to develop. Matter of fact, HTB on the 25th is having an event there. But what we're here to talk about today is a little bit about Phyllis Yvonne Stickney, who is back in town. We'll talk a little bit about her and some of the things, projects she's working on, and of course, the project that she will be here this weekend. So please welcome Phyllis Yvonne Stickney.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. Much appreciation to you, to Matt, and to all of my Harlem community, and especially to Princess here in the village of Harlem at the Brownstone, where I'm broadcasting from today. So this is the one-stop shop. If you ladies don't know, you need to know. 125th and 5th, I'm also almost say. And she's in the Renaissance, right, as well. So one of the few
Right
sisters
in
that's got
Renaissance.
that kind of stuff happening on both ends. Got her retail store here and in the Renaissance. So love to Princess and
And
all of her staff for allowing me to come in today and do this broadcast. But it's where I needed something to come. When you get some fly for the show, I needed some fly. So if you in Harlem, you're gonna come to the Brownstone.
well, and if you bring your husband, boyfriend, or brother along, and they need a haircut, you wouldn't tell by me, but her husband is one of the best barbers.
Yes, Master Barber, absolutely.
So she
One
can
of the
fit
one of the good
everybody up.
couples, one of the good couples doing good things still in the village of Harlem. So yeah, shout out to Princess Jenkins and all of the lovely people at the Brownstone for
Bowling
keeping
Green.
me and other sisters just so fly and laced. Even at the TV show. Let me talk. I thought I was telling them something. I just finished an episode of the Tracy Morgan has an upcoming show called Crutch. I'm not supposed to talk about it a whole lot, but I'll just drop that little something, something. And as I'm telling them, they say, well, who's your favorite designers and who do you like to wear? And I say, well, the Brownstone, Princess Jenkins. And they looked at me and they said, oh, we're shopping there already. I was like, well, excuse me. So I thought I was turning them on to somebody. They was like, oh, we know who that is. And this is the character, and this is what we've dressed, and this is what so it was fun to be able to wear someone that I knew, a designer, and someone that I knew their stuff and enjoy their stuff on the episode that I just taped. So yeah, I'm in
Well,
the village of Harlem here because as you said, I'm here for Saturday. But
mhm.
I don't want people to think that I'm gone. I'm still here, but I'm like this. Harlem and some of the people didn't act like it was important that I was here. And after I have paid dues and my dues have paid dues in the village of Harlem, and I wasn't getting any love return, I went to where people showed me love. And they were showing me love in Arkansas. And so I went and I purchased some little, some property and now I'm rehabbing it for especially for people with mental health, behavioral health issues and challenges, and to be able to offer them housing, whether it's temporary, short-term housing sometimes, and people coming out of incarceration, and single mothers or single parents, because not all single parents are female. And so, yeah, that's what I
well,
went down
well,
south to do.
there may be, since we're streaming now, and there are people watching us from around the corner and around the world. There may be certain people who might not know of you, my dear. So just give us we don't have, it would be a whole series of shows if we tried to talk about your career, but but just, some of your accomplishments, how you started, and some of your film
Wow.
pieces and some of your TV pieces, and then we're going to get into where you're going to be on Saturday.
Okay. Well, for all my new family and new supporters and um, new people that are meeting Phyllis Yvonne Stickney for the first time. I even have a mnemonic device, stick knee. Then I point at my knee, stick knee, right? Because I'm stick me, stick Lee, stick all that, but it's stick knee. Um, I started in theater, actually in the village of Harlem, right down the street, right across the street, almost from where the Brownstone is today. It was
Roger Sherman.
35-43 East 125th Street on the third floor was the New Heritage Theater under the tutelage of Roger Furman Obaye. He's now an ancestor. And that's where I was blessed to be able to work as an artist and hone my craft. There were people like the late Ossie Davis and Ruby Dee, who were the patron saints of our theater. And so that's where I did my I would say my OJT on the job training. At the same time, I was a student at the Institute of New Cinema Artists learning filmmaking and television production. So then the first time that I got a television role was actually The Women of Brewster Place, where I played Cora Lee, the mother of 6 rambunctious children. That was also Oprah Winfrey's first foray, if you will, in production or producing. There was a really a star-studded cast. It was Oprah was in the cast, Oprah Winfrey, Cicely Tyson, the late Cicely Tyson, Robin Givens, myself, Jack A. It was just Olivia Cole. It was an amazing cast. And at that time, it was an ABC Movie of the Week. And then I went on to perform in the Cosby spinoff, A Different World, where I actually played Phyllis. They wrote me in. Cosby, at that time, I was still wearing my traditional Nigerian wrap. My hair was always in Nigerian style, or under my gele or wraps. It was always some cultural style. And so New Attitude, what came right after that was Shirley Ralph and Morris Day. That was a sitcom that was we had a couple of seasons. We were short lived in terms of we didn't last for the 4 years. And then movies came in. So What's Love Got to Do with It? I played the Jamaican mother, and What's Love Got to Do with It? Because she was trying to talk to my baby, and I thought it was horrible. Can't you women find a man your own age? Okay. So in How Stella Got a Groove Back, I played that mother, and then let's see, What's Love Got to Do with It? I played Tina Turner's sister Aline. Oh my God. Die Hard with a Vengeance. I have that favorite line, and I'm going to marry Donald Trump. And I was the 911 operator. Oh my goodness. You put me on, you got me.
I just saw that not long ago.
Yes. So I've done 30 films. I tell people Google me because it's always more interesting. I can't remember everything sometimes because it's like it happened pretty quickly. But I was also, little known fact, I was the warm-up announcer for the live tapings of the Cosby Show when he was typing here in New York.
Mhm.
And I do stand-up comedy, obviously. But some of the films,
New Jack
like I
City.
said, New Jack City, I was Miss Hawkins. And brothers, let me tell you, as I travel through the nation, every airport, there is one black man in every city that requires me to do the scene with him. Miss Hawkins, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Miss Hawkins, and I have to let them know I remember my lines. Okay. I'm sure the courtroom is entertained by your socio-political tirade. However, society at large is not on trial here. You are, Mr. Brown. And then they look like, oh, you still remember your lines? Yes, I remember my lines. If you remember and you weren't in it, I can remember mine because I was in it. But yeah, New Jack City. Oh my goodness. Talking Dirty After Dark, which was Martin Lawrence's first feature film. It was Jada Jones and the Tory brothers were in it. Oh my goodness, it was one of the first, feature films that featured comedians, and it was about a comedy club. And so those are just a few things that I've done for people who have never met Phyllis Stickney, either on celluloid or on the small screen. That's some of the accomplishments. Some of the things I'm most proud of is I was named one of the 200 African American women who's changed the world. I think that that's an amazing accomplishment. I received the Fannie Lou Hamer Award for my activism. I also the Jewel of Africa Award, Phenomenal Woman Award, and the Comics Rock gave me the Lifetime Achievement Award for my contribution in comedy.
Don't forget about Adolco.
Oh, the Adelco, right? I have received the Adelco Award for performing, but I just found out 2 days ago that I was nominated for Best Director of a Revival. I directed Charles Fuller's Zoo Man and the Sign and a co-pro with NEC, Negro Ensemble Company, and University of Penn. And so that nomination just came in 48 hours ago, and I'm ecstatic about it.
And we can't talk too much about it, but you also are in town to do filming with the Tracy Morgan Show. So
yeah, that's what brought me. That's what brought me back because I was trying to, I'm still trying to put a little seed in the ground and be a little farmer like my grand and my great grand, and grow a little something down south. But I did get a call. I did get cast. Some wonderful. I have to say, and hopefully I'm not breaking any rules, but I believe that Mr. Morgan has a great show. I love the fact that it talks about black. It's a black family. It's a black family. We haven't had this kind of black family since the Huxtables, with an edge. I say with an edge because Tracy Morgan got a little edge, but it's a co-pro with he and Cedric the Entertainers production companies. He's bringing other talent on. Lunel, he and Cedric play cousins. It's a spinoff of The Neighborhood, so that gives you an idea. But it takes place here in the village of Harlem. So I'm excited for Tracy. I think that he definitely is a natural, and like anyone who's been in the game as long as I have, I know that it's not an easy road. And to have someone, put you in the front of your own show, I wish him all the success. And it was really an honor to be on the set because I had a lot of fun. And Kim Fields directed. So so it's like it was definitely some entertainment icons on the set, and being there under the direction of Kim Fields was just wonderful. I think he got a good thing on his hands with that. Yeah, it's called Crutch.
Now tell us about your show. What's the name of the show and what is it about?
It's called Confessions of a Female Comic. And for all the newbies and all the people who don't know, I started doing comedy, really, my mother would say, in the living room, right? Because this is just really my personality that I've been able to amplify a little bit and take it to the stage. Because people who know me, when I'm really comfortable, this is the me that they meet, right?
That is true.
I'm just saying, Tony,
Straight, no shaking.
Matt, it's me. I can't help it. So really what I'm doing on Saturday, 2 shows, is going to be, as you've said, it's going to be at Comedy in Harlem. Jamie Roberts and Nikki Sunshine, a beautiful comedy duo, has this club. And I think it's the only Black-owned comedy club in the city. And it's on 147th and St. Nicholas, right there. Subway, boop, you can't miss it. And I call it Confessions of a Female Comic because my mother transitioned. I love her so much. But there was a lot of stuff I couldn't talk about while Mama was here. I couldn't talk about some of the stuff that had happened to me. But now that Mama ain't here in the physical, I'm going to talk about some things that have happened on my journey.
You gotta be careful now. You know how the spirits work. Don't talk too much.
Oh yeah, well, she have given me. I really know. She's like, okay, now don't get too carried away. Okay, don't embarrass me now. So it's just stuff, funny stories, beautiful stories behind the scenes, like what happened on New Jack City. When I was working on New Jack City, everyone thought that was a wonderful film. But one day I had somebody come and approach me the wrong way, and I had to take off my high heel shoe and have them understand these shoes are just not for cuteness. I will rearrange your face if you keep on coming up on her disrespecting me. Oh, did she say that? Yes.
Is one of the cast?
No, that's if it had no, it wasn't a cast member. It was someone that had even Dr. Foots. I'm gonna tell, as my daddy would say, I'm not gonna call no names, but his initials is Dr. Foots. He was doing pedicures on the set. Come on, people. Pedicures on the set. And he decided to be in my trailer of all places. I came in off the set, and this man is up in there. I'm smelling toes, free toes up in my trailer. What is wrong with you? You better hightail it on up out of her. And he didn't like that and had to try to call me out my name. Well, I told him, you don't see no B. You ain't looking in the mirror. And shoe came off in one fell swoop. Listen, I ain't playing with nobody. I'm going to hit you with this shoe if you can't figure it out how to get up on off this set. So I tell people, I wasn't always an actress. I was not always an artist. There was life before the stage. So I'll just be telling a few of my stories, life before the stage, what happened, and some of the behind the scenes stories that are just hilarious. Even doing Talking Dirty After Dark with Jada and all those comedians. Oh my goodness! And running, trying to hold that dress that was really pretty much it was really just wrapped. We wrapped it and wrapped it and wrapped it. And one little wrong move, we could have unwrapped. But only me and my dresser knew that dress was really wrapped. One piece of fabric, wrapped and wrapped and wrapped and wrapped and wrapped and wrapped. So I was really doing the mummy that day. So that's what I'm doing. I mean, And like you said, if you have seen the show, if you've seen me perform, I don't say the show because there's not one show that I have. I'm grateful for my parents and my siblings that just allowed me to tell stories, just, hey, Ma, guess what happened today? Or the time that I decided that I was going to go and I just wanted to see what it felt like. So I fainted in the department store. I wanted to see what the reactions were. What would people do? So I fainted. And I watched everybody reacting. I was like, oh, this is what they do. Oh, okay, I see. So I've always been a little bit different,
A
right?
little bit different,
A little
yes.
bit different,
Just a
just a
little bit,
tad,
yeah.
just a tad. But Saturday, October 19th, two shows, 8 and 10:30. And I'm telling you now, if you guys have not gotten your tickets in advance, don't play with me. Do not play with Phyllis Stickney, Felix and Belle's oldest baby girl. You need to log on today, not tomorrow, but today, and get your ticket. ComedyInHarlem.com. That's all you need to do. Or if you want to do the phone, you old fashioned like me, go ahead. It's all right. We got the number for you, 347-766-3001. One more time, ComedyInHarlem.com. Go ahead and get your tickets. Okay, don't wait for the woke up and then be mad when ain't no seats left. Okay.
And since all of Phyllis's friends, including myself, are making sure that they're sending notices out and all of that, you should take her advice because there probably won't be any seats left if we do.
And it's an intimate. I want y'all to be like y'all in my living room. This is my, Tony and I talked last night, yesterday, and I love Harlem. I love Harlem. It has changed, and I've been trying to tell people it's going to change. But now the change has manifest. I love coming home, although it's very different. Karen and Becky are definitely here, and they have their regulars at the juice bar. Okay, I know. And that's also a little something I'll be talking about. Because see, I lived here throughout, I lived through her worst days. I lived in Harlem so I'm a little bit of a Harlem elitist. When people say they live here, how long? How long have you been here? I need a qualifier. Oh, you're one of the newbies. Oh, you're a newbie. I see. You came to save Harlem. Gotcha. I lived here through it all. I lived here when I had to act like I was a crackhead over on Riverside Drive, just to go home. When I would park my car and I had a 2-block walk, I was a crackhead from that block till I got to the front of my building. I acted like a crackhead because I wanted to get home safe, and I knew that was crack alley. So I would just act like I would look for crack, like everybody, like everybody else. And then I get to my building, and I was good. Right? That was at 604 Riverside Drive. But that was the days when 116th Street was not well lit. You know what I'm
True. That's true.
116 wasn't well lit.
The police,
and if you had to be looking for one thing if you was on 116th Street.
the 28th,
Okay.
The 28th,
And it was not a Senegalese restaurant. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay.
Yeah, the precinct. I think it was the 28th. The officers who were in trouble had to beat walking on 8th Avenue from 125th Street to 110th because it was rough.
It was a rough. I said I've been loving Harlem and living in Harlem when she had all of her scabs and her open sores and everything. So I have a special love for Harlem because it gave birth to me. Harlem embraced me like no place. It made me make sense in the world. I say that often. Theater and entertainment made me make sense in the world because can you imagine me being an attorney? I thought about that for a moment, but then I realized there was more that I had that I could, my desire to express, my desire to make people laugh, because it truly is healing. It is the best medicine because while you're laughing, every organ in your body is being massaged. True story, true stuff, right? True. While you are laughing, every organ in your body is being massaged. So like, bam, that's the best thing. And then your defenses are down. So I can drop that little bit of jewel in there, bam. And when you go home driving or in the subway on that, you go, oh, wow, that's what she was talking about. And it pays again on the way home.
Dick Gregory talked about you in as relates to whether his.
Oh, wow. Yes. There's a book called Last Mile Conversations with Dick Gregory, written by Sheila Moses. And I remember the page 83, when they ask him, who is your favorite female comedian? And he says, who I really like is Phyllis Stickney. And he goes on to talk about, my intelligence, my knowledge of history and comedians. And I was just, Christian, one of his amazing children made me aware of that and how his father felt about me. But he was my comedy, I call him my comedy baba, because after I single-handedly, and I can brag now that all the others have tried to do it, but the first female host to host the Super Bowl single-handedly. It was just me alone. And it was after I'd done that, and I was just literally vibrating from all the energy of not only just what I'd done, but the energy of 75,000 people coming at you is an awesome and daunting, And so I literally was just, vibrating and went to the little VIP section trying to just woosah, calm down. And I saw this man approaching me, and he came over and asked me a question. And when he asked the question, I looked up and it was into the face of Dick Gregory. He said, how do you know what you know? I looked at him. I said, the Most High and the ancestors. He said, well, you was a messenger. And then he went on to give me, basically, I call it a reading about who I was and what my life and my responsibility was here in this world and in this game we call entertainment. And so I'm grateful for him and people like him. Grateful to Ruby D, God rest her soul, and Ossie Davis, Bia Richards Obaye, Madge Sinclair Obaye, Rosalind Cash Obaye, and all of and Dr. Maya, I call her Mother Maya, that poured into my life and spoke into my life. So I'm hopeful in this chapter of my life, I get to speak into someone else's life and speak into their reality and show other little brown girls like me that it's possible. You are the only one that sets the tone or sets the bar or sets for what you can achieve. You, with your melanin, which is the key to greatness, you can do anything.
Well, that's why, Phyllis, you have been so loved. I know that you said for a while you didn't get a lot of love, but that was only a few, because a lot of people have always given you a lot of love, and you know that.
I'm so grateful. I'm grateful. That's what I had to learn. Everyone doesn't get me. I was told that by someone said, people are either in your world or they're not. You can't explain you to people, Phyllis. And I remember sometimes I have to remember, right, that's right. Right. They say either they get you or they don't.
That's true.
And so for those who do come on Saturday, let's have a good old time in the village of Harlem. If you need some clothes, I already told you where to go. If you need some clothes, you know what to do. You can stop by on the way. She got you. She got earrings. She got your glasses. She got your fly stuff. She got some shoes. She got the handbag. She got some gifts. But she can. So if you don't have nothing to wear, don't worry about it. Just go to the brownstone, 125th, and make sure that you get your seat, because it's an intimate house. I'm telling y'all now. Don't be mad. I'm telling y'all now. Go on and get your ticket today. Don't delay. Today.
And come hungry, because they have some good food.
Yeah, that fish is good, ain't it?
The salmon.
I always get the little fish and fries. I'm sorry. And the drinks, they got the drinks. I mean, they got something for you. Yeah. So you're not going to sit there and your stomach be growling. We got you. You're not going to be sitting there and have no libations available. We got you. We just need you to go online, comedyinharlem.com. That's what we need you to do. That's what we need you to do. That's your only part right there. Go online and get your ticket. And do not wait. Please don't wait. Do it today. comedyinharlem.com, or you can call 347-766-3001 and get your ticket.
And we were talking, Phyllis, they have kind of lured you back into the big screen situation now. So in 2025, we'll be seeing you in the big screen, huh?
Well, we shoot it in 2025. So the movies, you never know when they're going to come out. But yeah, I'm going back to I took a break after mommy transitioned, and then our brother within 9 months. It was a lot for me to process. And all I could think of was hear my mother. Like, she loved to see me perform. She used to be my plus one. She was in my contract. It was me and my mom.
Mhm.
It was me and another ticket. And that other ticket was my mother. So I love to have been able to share with her some of the exciting moments of my life on stage and some of the exciting projects that I was able to do, be a part of. And so I remember 3 days after my mother transitioned, I was on stage doing comedy. She
Mm.
was the last person that I told to her about, Mama, they want me to do this and that and the other. It was in LA. And I remember after I finished the show, I said, 3 days ago, my mother transitioned. And people in the audience were going, what'd she say? She didn't say her mother passed, because there was no sign of mourning. I had spent the last 5 years, I knew she was transitioning. I was blessed to have a side. And so I spent those last 5 years that she was in life, just loving on her and letting her know how much she meant to me, and that this whole journey in becoming quote unquote famous was to make her proud. I was like, Mom, I just want to make you proud for all the times that I didn't.
There were a couple of times, sir.
There was a couple of times, Mama, that I see what had happened. What had happened, Mama, was them. I know I was at the store and them boots, they used to call me Disco Sally because I had to get them. I had to have them boots. I had to have them. I had to, Tony. I don't know how they got in my bed. I don't know.
Just happened, huh?
I don't know, Mama. But I had to explain to them police when they showed up at my mama's door. And I had left them in the car thinking I was slick. You can't bring. See, Mama wasn't one of the mamas you can bring stolen goods and all that. No, I knew I couldn't show up with nothing new that she had not purchased. So I left them in the car, which is where the police saw them in the car. I was like, recognize these? My mother could not believe that her good little girl. I was like, Mama. And they called me Disco Sally for months because I had to have them little disco boots, Mom. Woo! Thank God.
I'm sure that's a story of how you got out of the store with some boots on, but that's another.
Oh yeah, I'll tell y'all on Saturday. I'm gonna tell y'all confessions. I'm gonna confess about how I got them boots. Okay, it was a few other things that I liberated as well. But that's when I was in Mama's house, and Mama wasn't buying but certain things. As a matter of fact, everything my mother bought us was from Sears catalog. Let's keep it 1,000. I didn't know what size I wore. I just know it was X9 337N 2000. I didn't know that was hunter green or cranberry. All I knew, because them big, they were like a teal, dark teal, would come, right? Now, your mama's spending too much money at Sears. When they call her, Miss Stickney, you all right? Because she ain't put no orders in lately. And that's a true story. They used to call my mother from the Sears catalog. Are you okay? Hi, Miss Stickney. Is everything all right? Because she had ordered that month or that week. Okay. So the Lemon Frog shop, that was like the high end of Sears. So I got a few Lemon Frog shop items, but for the most part, it was 2N57LL WQNP. Right. And I was going to get one. My sister I was going to get camel tan. My sister was going to get cranberry. I was going to get it in wine or hunter green, and she was going to get it in navy. Mama dressed us like twins, just different colors.
Well,
and everything we wore was from Sears.
Almost reminds me of my mom. She used to shop at Bloomstein's on 125th Street.
But see, at least y'all had a Bloomstein's. We ain't had no. It was
actually, we didn't have it.
and
We were allowed to get into it, but we definitely didn't have it. There was a time where you couldn't even try on stuff in Bloomstein's. You had to buy it, and you couldn't return it.
No, you little brown bunny was not trying on anything up in our store. You can take it home with your daughter, okay?
And don't bring it back if it don't.
All right,
fit.
you can take it home with you, daughter. Okay, thank you so much. That's my favorite thing to do when I'm down south. I like to talk like that right there, and I talk to them like that all the time. They can't figure it out.
Do you do that seriously? I don't
yeah,
even know why
I do it on a regular and excuse me, ma'am. Can you help me, please? I was wondering. I was looking for Delicious Temptations, and they told me it was over here on John Barrow, and I'm not seeing it. And they be looking at me like, did she really talk like that? Is she funny to me? Right? I can't break that. Gotta keep like that. Gotta keep talking like just like it. And then they don't know what to do about it, right? Oh yeah, it's my funniest part right there.
Did you ever throw in Over Yonder?
Oh yeah. No, up there. Not over yonder, up there. Up there. And like it. If you don't put like it, you don't know what you're talking about. Like it. Oh, something like it. Yeah, yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah. We gotta do all that. All like it. All just like it there. Yeah. You gotta
Well,
know how to do it. But for those who don't know New Jack City, you need to go look at the resume. People, if you've never seen me live, you see me in New Jack City. You see me in Jungle Fever. What's Love Got to Do with Talking Dirty After Dark? Now you got to come see me live, live,
and
with
uncensored.
and uncensored Confessions of a Female Comic, Saturday, October 19th, this Saturday. 2 shows, 8 and 10:30. Go on right now. We got a few seats left. And I'm telling you, I ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do. But don't be calling my name. I'm telling Phyllis, hey, yeah, don't listen. All y'all be like, don't come on in. And I ain't even gonna be at the front door. I can't help you. If you don't go online now, comedyinharlem.com, what you want me to do? I'm giving you an opportunity today. With this, look, we in countdown now. What we on Tuesday? We got what we at? Monday? What we at? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 72 hours. 72 hours. Not hours, hours. You got
Hours.
hours. That's hours. You know that's hours. You got 72 of them. Look, I'm 72.
What are some of the things we talked a little bit about it, but what are some of the projects you're looking at in the short term and long?
In the short near future? Well, I'm looking. I've actually, Lawrence Fishburne did a one-man show that was incredible. Anywhere in the world, if you have a chance to see, like they do in the movies by Lawrence Fishburne, his one-man show, go see it. It is amazing. I went to see it while it was here in New York, and I went back to see Fish, and he said, "Okay, so now, where's yours? Like, get to writing. I said, "I've already written it," but once I saw his show, I knew that what my concept would work, because I had this upstage wall as a screen, and that shows the time, passage of time, etc. And pardon me, his use of the screen was immaculate and so brilliant. So I have that in the works. Hopefully I'll be able to establish a relationship with Harlem Stage or New Heritage and be able to workshop it and then get it into a production. And it's a play that deals with my life, and my agent that I created named Bonnie Rosenthal that did all of my negotiation stalling. Isn't she fabulous? Don't you love her? Her name is Bonnie Rosenthal. And so my one-woman show deals with Bonnie Rosenthal talking about one of her favorite clients, Phyllis Yvonne, not Yvonne. No, darling. She's Yvonne Stickney. Isn't she fabulous? Don't you love her? It's cool. I had no idea. So I'm hopefully that will be something that I'm able to bring to the stages and audiences very soon. And I have written 2 books. One is fiction, one's a nonfiction. And so we're looking for getting that placed with a publisher. And just for me, it's getting back on the comedy stage. The comedy mic is probably where I feel less accomplished, or in terms of what I'd like to do. I'd like to complete that tour that I started in '81, opening for Patti LaBelle, that a certain comic came in and did the rest of the tour. We'll put it that way. So I would like to do a comedy tour, and I'm just so grateful to be able to have the platform of clubs like the Comedy in Harlem, because it's where I can shed some of the other rooms, like I'll be at Gotham on the 24th of October. But that's a different, Harlem is who gave birth to me. So Harlem is where I feel most comfortable, uh, most able to be myself, tell the
Mhm.
stories that I love to tell, and everyone can relate um, in small and large ways. So I'm always excited to come home to Harlem, and I'm looking forward to Saturday.
And
Yeah.
Barbara Ann Tier has her daughter has their struck their project should be open hopefully in 2025.
Yes.
The
The
National Art Group.
Afrofuturism, the
Hmm.
piece with Nona Hendricks.
Hmm.
That Nona's a part of that. I saw a piece of it at Lincoln Center. Amazing. And I've asked, like I said, to Carl Rux, Hancock Rux. Hey guys, I'm right here. Don't act like y'all don't see me. Y'all know I'm here.
And if they don't see you, they definitely will hear you.
They better hear me because I will holler at you and with you. Oh yes, I will. I will do that. I
Well,
will definitely. So I'm just,
again, it's been
every day there are other things I've written, I'm looking to produce some of my brother. I have a brother, Timothy. I've actually three brothers, two still living, Timothy and Eric. And Timothy is a wonderful actor, but also a brilliant writer. He and my brother Eric, y'all think I make y'all laugh? They have me in stitches. Okay. And so I run a lot of stuff by them because those are my critics before I get on the stage. Those are my critics, right? So we're looking to bring some of the writing, some of the sci-fi writing that he's done. We're looking to build a studio. That's really was my secret and why I went down south because there's no land mass here. There's no space here to build out. You
Mhm.
got to build up, and I'm not going up. So we're down south looking for the place that we can build our own studio and be able to produce, much like Tyler did, much like Tyler. I know
Mhm.
that 50 has a studio. I know that Mr. Cat Williams is also looking to start on his studio. And so
Mhm.
I want to be in that number. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we've been looking at how we can develop our own sound stages in the South and how we can create quality programming, African American centered pieces with crossover appeal,
Mhm.
global appeal.
Mhm.
Yep. So I'm still teaching um, my private classes. I'm probably, right now, we're talking about packaging it so that I can have it available to people online to be able to go and take the class called SATA, the Stickney Approach to Acting, SATA.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And where were you teaching in the past? Were you teaching down south
I,
or here?
I was teaching down south. I've also been brought on campuses like Hampton University. I went there and worked with the theater department. Uh, did some what do you call it? Um, what do they call it when I come in? Workshop, right?
Hmm.
And so I've been able to do workshop there. And I've been asked to teach at a couple of places or interviewed to teach at a couple of places, UAPB, University of Arkansas at
Hmm.
Pine Bluff, and the Arts and Science Center in on Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Hmm.
I just think that I need to stay untethered right now.
Right.
And
You're
so
doing a
during
lot.
the pandemic, I did a lot of teaching here. My brother and I, Timothy Stickney, he works at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts and he's their Shakespeare teacher. I say expert. And so right now for me, it's really figuring out where we decided we were going to shoot it at my little studio down south and at least get 10 classes in the can. And
Hmm.
then we'll have them available on the website. We're launching my website probably just before the holidays.
Okay. And what's the name of the website?
It's going to be Phyllis Yvonne Stickney. Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So, yeah, you should make sure you send me some of your information so that we
absolutely. Absolutely.
can.
Definitely, you'll be a part of the launch. Definitely, definitely, definitely.
Well, again, Phyllis, it's always a pleasure, you know, since,
Always.
we go back when, we was help Roger clean up. The
That's
theater
true. That's
for
true.
during the time. I remember those days.
Yeah.
Vosa, yeah.
We would cross the hall from Prince of Peace Pentecostal Church. Hallelujah. Amen. For all those who didn't come to the theater back in the day. Roger
Which was,
Furman
which
was
was
in a
another
third
kind of
floor walk
entertainment.
up. The theater was in the third floor, on the third floor walk up.
Uh-huh.
And it shared the hall, the space with a Pentecostal church. So you might come at a matinee and have a whole lot of tambourine going. You don't know what might happen if you came on a Sunday matinee. You might have to play an organ or something.
That was an interesting time. And as
It
Roger would
was. It
say,
was some of the
don't bring
greatest
no bad
theater.
vibes. Right?
That's right. That was on every flyer, every program. Please don't bring no bad vibes, only love.
Hey.
And that's what I want to say. Everybody coming on Saturday, don't bring no bad vibes, only love. And make sure you go on, you log on today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Do not delay. I'm gonna need you. Need you to log on comedyinharlem.com and get your tickets. Saturday, 8 and 10:30. You got two choices.
Mhm. So, one question I kind of ask often is, where do you see yourself this time next year? If you had
Where do I see
2
myself
years,
this
what do you
time
want to
next year?
continue?
I see myself this time next year um, on location, um, directing my first feature,
Mm.
on location somewhere in either somewhere near the Indian Ocean, um, somewhere near Madagascar, which is, I'd love to be there.
Why
But I
so?
see myself this time next year having my production company branded and launched and in production for one of our first features.
And the Indian Ocean, that's an interesting choice. Why so?
I don't want to necessarily be in West Africa. I don't necessarily want to be quote unquote right on the continent. Madagascar has always held a lot of intrigue for me and mystery from when I was a little girl watching Alibaba and the Seven Thieves and all that, thinking, I didn't wear my clothes. I was just crying. And I think today, how I love to dress, always wrapped and things like that. I just think America has had such a time and an opportunity to open its arms to me. Um, I was in 9 countries on the continent of Africa when America wasn't paying attention to me. And so I go where there's love. Where
Mm.
people show me love, I go. And I think they'll love me there.
Hmm. I think that they'll love you anyway. Matter of fact, as I had mentioned before, we're going to Ghana in November the 9th to the 18th for the Cultural Oneness Festival to start building that up. Next year, hopefully, maybe. Not only that, in Senegal, their jazz festival, we're talking about bringing some people down for their jazz festival in 2025 in late May, early June.
Ah, c'est
So,
bien. C'est très, très bien.
so they're doing a lot of stuff in Ghana. Matter of fact, they're doing a lot of movies down there. So never
And I
know.
remember Black Ivory magazine. Remember Black Ivory
Yeah, yeah,
magazine? And back in the days when people weren't thinking about doing films in Africa. So this is a wonderful turnabout. We know Nollywood produces many more films than anyone really thinks about.
yeah,
And we now see there's a whole channel dedicated to films and content from Africa.
yeah.
So I hope to be able to participate in
Netflix
that.
has that. Yeah,
Yeah.
my
And I've
friend.
actually written a couple of scripts that are part shot there. The story takes us to continent and in America.
Yeah, Tony
So
Abu.
I'm looking forward to being on the continent and doing co-productions with companies here in the States and there um,
Yeah,
on the soil.
Tony Abu is
Yes,
Nigerian.
Tony. Thank you. I couldn't think of that name. Tony
He
Abu.
just did a movie. He has a major movie
See?
in Nigeria. I have to
See,
send
and
you.
this was back when we were just talking about it. It was just an idea. Nobody had done it. We were
It's
still trying to
all
figure it
over.
out.
It sent me movie with. It was on the billboards all in Nigeria. It's one of the top movies in Nigeria. I think it's American Jabba's.
I
I have
love
to
it.
send you that.
We got to talk about that because I want to definitely connect with Mr. Abu again because this is what we were talking about back in the day.
Mhm.
How
Yeah,
we
he
could
just
how we could join forces and be able to create quality because they had the desire but not the technology and the equipment.
right, right,
But
right.
now things have kind of, the playing field is a little bit more
Especially with
even.
Netflix, because Netflix has taken up that. They had a couple, and they got such a good show. Well, you know how that goes. If you make money, they go. They go.
Oh, yeah. They love you then. They love you. They, they love you. They can find space and on the broadcast and everything for you. And the young people have made it a little bit different now because they actually show up with things in the can. It used to be go with a treatment. No, no, no. They're coming with it already done, already in the can. If you've already got in the can, you can get some placement. That's all you need. You need to be put on in the broadcast day, and then the rest, as they say, is history. But
I just I just see Yana Woodhouse indicated she remember you in Symphony Space with the hottest poets. Uh,
yes, with the Last Poets. I'm the only female to ever record with the Last Poets. A lot of people don't know that. That's what I said. So these are some of the things I'll be talking about. Don't give me no broccoli and tell me it's greens. And so I was the only female to ever record with the Last Poets. The
yeah,
only.
with
Yeah.
Felipe and the rest of them.
Yeah. It was
Well, listen.
actually it was James. It was James Mtume who produced it.
Mhm.
And well, anyway, we won't go into the hard parts. Like I said, I I didn't get no skirskis. So, I love you. Umar, find your sister. Abby O'Doon, what up?
Well, listen.
Remember me?
How can we forget you, Phyllis?
But yeah, that's a little known fact that I recorded with the Last Poets. Yep. Only
Yeah.
female to record with them. And that was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experience and an honor, an honor to be um have had that opportunity for them to have seen me that way. And so I
Mhm.
wrote my own piece. It's called Black Talk. It was an excerpt from my poem called Black Talk, and they took that excerpt and put it in and I recorded it. Yeah, yeah. So
Interesting.
I'm proud of that. I'm real
Well,
proud of that. Mm, mm, mm,
well,
mm,
again, thank
mm, mm,
Princess
mm.
for providing you with the clothes
Yes,
and the stage and
yes. It
everything.
was such. I mean, it feels like I'm in the best closet in the world. You know what I mean? The best closet with some fly clothes and everything. I saw a pair of glasses. I may have to just say, look, Miss Francis, I need these glasses for Saturday, boo boo. I need these glasses for Saturday. They go with my silver and my silver.
Well, thank you
Is it
so
time?
much. It's almost that time for
It's
us. So,
almost that time. Wow. I'm
but
always grateful. I want to say this to you and to Matt and everyone that keeps us informed in Harlem. We have been a village here for so long, and I'm glad that the world has now taken notice of us and notice that we are here and that we've always been doing wonderful and amazing things. We've always had wonderful and amazing people. You are one of those wonderful and amazing people, Tony Rogers and Matt McCoy and I met years ago. So whenever I see the synergy and I see collaborations between people that I know are good people, that I know have good intention and have love for us and our community. I thank you because you always say yes to me. I thank you for opening up the airwaves and allowing me to share and be a part of your story and your legacy. And I'm looking forward to Saturday for anyone that doesn't know or hasn't heard. It isn't because Tony Rogers didn't try to tell y'all. Uh,
comedyandharlem.com.
That's it. ComedyInHarlem.com. You know what to do. Go there and get your ticket. And you can call 347-766-3001.
Well,
Thank you so
Yvonne,
much. I look forward to seeing you. And I look forward to
Phyllis
seeing
Yvonne
everybody.
Stickney, thank you so much for giving us some of your time. I know that you're a busy lady doing a number of things, but you seem to always find time to come back home. Uh,
Yeah.
and again, give Princess our love, and as you're right. I keep telling her, when are you going to start having stuff for men like you have for women? I
I
mean,
know. We got, okay, Princess, they want men's stuff.
she told me she's going to get some shirts in soon. She
Oh, she
knows.
said she got some. She got some men's shirts.
Yeah.
So come on,
Okay.
she said, come on, get it. So listen, for all those who don't know where we're broadcasting from, who was lovely was Princess Jenkins here at the Brownstone, 125th near Fifth Avenue on 105th Street. So if you need some clothes, you need some accessories, you already know. I done told you. Y'all see, I be fly. Y'all know who I'm looking at. When I need something off the rack and I can't, you better
Mm,
find the brownstone. That's all I'm gonna say. And now she's at the Renaissance on 125 on the west side.
233.
She got on the east and the west side.
Right.
No
So
excuse now. But I'll see y'all Saturday where Comedy in Harlem when 8 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. Do not play. Get your tickets today. Mm, mm. ComedyInHarlem.com. ComedyInHarlem.com. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, everybody.
thank you, my dear, and we'll see you on Saturday. My regards to Princess, and as always,
Thank you.
good seeing you. You're looking well.
Thank you. I
You
feel good. Thank you.
know.
Listen, I got my makeup artist makes me look pretty. I'm so grateful. I'm like, girl, make me look pretty. I think she did a pretty good job.
She
I won't
did a
be mad.
wonderful job.
Thank you so much.
Take care. And
Just
that's
to see you
and that pretty
Saturday.
much ends our show for today. It's always good. We're in a new location, and again, I thank Matt McCoy, Jasmine, and all of the uh, team at the Soul City Broadcast Network for giving us a platform to talk to people like Phyllis and others, and look forward to a new season. So again, and on the 25th, the Harlem Tourism Board is having a major event at Comedy in Harlem. That's on the 25th. You can go to htb. Actually, is goharlem.org, and you can find out information about that. That's Global's Champagne Day, and throughout the world we have different people coming in, especially from France. A lot of people from a couple of French comedians will be there, so that should be a lot of fun. GoHarlem.org, and this Saturday, again, comedy in Harlem. Com. Go there, and you'll be able to pick up tickets to see Phyllis. So, again, thank everyone who was responsible for making this happen, and I appreciate all of the love that we've been receiving. This is Tony Rogers, your host for Urbanology, the Art of War, signing off. God willing, we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.
This is Kia Rogers, and you're listening to Urbanology with my dad, Tony Rogers, on WHCR 90.3 FM New York.